Hey, Shalom, Akim. It's the brother Yakana from the Houston camp, coming back with another installment of GMS Practicals. And I want to start out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, through his son Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men who rule well over Israel, and peace and blessings to the Akim who are doing this work, laboring in this truth, in faith and love and sincerity. I want to say shalom. I wanted to go into this lesson, man, through these scriptures about something that's really been weighing heavy on my spirit, man, lately. And it's dealing with brotherly love, you know, and how serious brotherly love is, man, because that was a direct command from Yahweh Shai. But I'm going to bring these scriptures out, man, and pray that you brothers be edified. I'm going to start with Romans 5, and I'm going to start at verse 8. And it reads, "But Yahweh commanded his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Mashiach died for us." So he died while we were sinners, he died for us. That's him commanding the love. Verse 9, "Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from the wrath through him. For if when we was enemies, we were reconciled to Yahweh by the death of his son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life." So it all starts out with the Most High, his love to us, towards us. He commanded his love towards us. And that goes into with John 3:16, "For Yahweh so loved the world of Israel, that he gave his only begotten son," the cosmos. And by commanding his love, the only way, which was saying to Yahweh Shai, you're going to have to die for them to be reconciled back unto me. This is the only way. And that man, that is the first, that's the example, man, of brotherly love, bro. That Yahweh gave Yahweh Shai as a sacrifice so we could be reconciled back. Otherwise, it's no hope, man. And then jumping down to, going into verse 9, "Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from the wrath through him." So those of us that are in him will be saved through him, which is following in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, which is what Yahweh Shai also did. "For if," verse 10, "for if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to Yahweh by the death of his son." Now he gave his son so enemies could be reconciled back. So much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. So how much more gain do we have now because of his life living, on top of him giving his life to reconcile us back to the Father while we were sinners and we were called enemies? That's heavy, man, because, man, he did that while we were sinners and enemies, man. He gave his son, because that was the only way we was getting back. And I want to bring this out, man. This is in John chapter 15, and I'm going to read starting at verse 12. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father, I've made known unto you." Okay, so he's saying, this is the commandment, that you love one another the way I love you. Well, how was that? Well, Yahweh Shai didn't go around backbiting brothers. He didn't go around, oh, man, yeah, I'll deal with these disciples. And man, fuck them niggas. Yeah, well, you know, they sometiming, so I'm going to be sometiming with them. He didn't murmur. He didn't talk bad about them, man. He didn't do things that were, he didn't bring detriment to their lives, man. He didn't try to destroy them. And shit like this going on in Israel. And you trying to get somebody fired, get somebody, man, we got to watch Jake in Israel harder than we got to watch Esau now. What kind of shit is that? But I guess y'all, that's your definition of love. But then he said, greater love have no man than this, than he lay down his life for his friends. And that word friends, that's plural, bro. It didn't say friend. So it didn't say, well, I'll die for this brother in the camp and that brother there, but I just don't know that brother like that, man. We ain't really that close, which is bullshit. Because he said friends. And he said, ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. So being a friend of Yahushua means you have to love your brothers. Now see, if you ain't loving your brothers, then you ain't no friend, bro. It's just that simple, man. You know, because he says, you my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Well, what did he command? That you love one another the way I loved you. And that means laying his life down for us. So that's the example, starting with the Most High, giving Yahushua as his love towards us. And then Yahushua giving his life for his love towards us. And we commanded to do the same thing towards each other, bruh. How hard is it to love your brother, man? He's laboring in the same truth as you are. Why shouldn't you love him, bruh? I want to go into, I want to bring this out right quick. Bear with me for a second. Let me find this. This is, okay. This is 2 Peter, and I'm going to start at 2 Peter chapter 1, I'm going to start at verse 5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to your virtue knowledge, and to your knowledge temperance, and to your temperance patience, and to your patience godliness, and to your godliness brotherly kindness. Brotherly kindness wasn't just dropped in there by accident. That's not a mistake. That's not a typo. And it says, unto your brotherly kindness, charity. To godliness, the next thing is brotherly kindness, which is the example that Yahushua gave by loving us, which is godliness, because that's who he is. And without him even starting to do that first as our example, we would have never been reconciled back unto the Father. Man, that's heavy, man. That's a heavy debt that he had to pay just so we could be reconciled back. And then he said, I want you to love each other the way I loved y'all. That's not hard to do, bro. It's just as easy to love your brother as it is to hate him, bro. But you got unruly, wicked niggas in Israel, bro, that purposely do things to hurt other brothers, other Israelites, bro. Worse than what Esau would try to do for right now. Because Esau's about to come in like a flood, and all that shit that you trying to do to us, well, all that's going out the window. You're going to have bigger fish to fry, so to speak, bro. But I wanted to bring this out, man, because this is for you scoffers, you mockers, y'all that teach shit like the name don't matter and all that. Bro, when it does matter, those things matter, man. And I'm going to bring this out, and I'm going to end it with this. This is Psalms, Salakia, Psalms 139. I'm going to read, we'll start at verse 20, actually. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. See, they hate the Most High right off top. And then David is asking the question, because at the top it says, this is prayers against the wicked. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? He's asking the question. Don't I hate them that hate you? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? You know how goddamn grieving it is, man, when you got to look over your shoulder and look out for another Israelite. Some shit you should be doing for Esau, but you got to watch Jake. And it says, I hate them with the perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. So if you're not following the commandment here in John that Yahushua gave, we counting you as an enemy because you're not a friend of the Most High. You're not a friend of Yahushua, and you ain't a friend of ours. It's just that simple, bro. And we hate you with a perfect hatred. And you will be destroyed for that wicked shit, bro. Believe that. Not my words. The scripture says that. That's why we hate you for that. So I'm going to end it with that, man. This is the commandment that we love one another as Yahushua has loved us. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua through his son Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men who rule well over Israel, to the brothers around the four corners, the Akim around the four corners, pushing this word in faith, truth, love, and in sincerity, keep laboring in this truth. We're almost out of here, Israel. And I meant to say, pushing this word throughout the four corners of the round earth. To you, Akim, Shalom.